What is going on, everybody? And this video is probably going to be a pretty long video because we're going to be discussing the two recent controversies that revolve around the game, Star Wars Battlefront, and I'm also going to ask a question for everyone because it's something I just recently thought about. And it kind of just hit me. It really just hit me, and it actually made me rethink some of the ways I view today's gaming. And I feel like asking the question because I don't really see anybody discussing this, just basically discussing what I thought of. So, alright, let's get into this. Star Wars Battlefront. There are two things going on with this game right now that has pissed everyone off. And in some ways, I can see why people are pissed off, but then there are some ways that I just really don't get why people are as angry as they are. So, the first thing is, and this was very puzzling to me when I first read this. Apparently, Star Wars Battlefront will not have in-game voice chat. So yes, that is right. You heard me right. EA and DICE just pulled a Nintendo because the same exact thing happened with Nintendo's game Splatoon, and that pissed everyone off. I've been trying to think of the reasoning behind this decision. Why would you not include voice chat, in-game voice chat, in Star Wars Battlefront? Why would you take that away? What is the reasoning behind not including it? Now, first off, I would just like to say that this is not as bad. This is not as bad as the situation with Splatoon. Because at least on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC, there is forms of party chat. There are ways to chat with other people online. We have those alternatives on those platforms. That was the main reason, at least for me, why I was mad that Nintendo did not include voice chat in Splatoon, because there are no alternatives on Nintendo. There is no party chat. There is nothing. The only way you could possibly chat on Nintendo is through its system chat, in-game voice chat. That is why this isn't as bad as the Splatoon situation. But at the same time, this still doesn't make sense to me. Why would you not do this? And, I mean, because I can see why somebody might want to go online, and maybe none of their friends are online at the time, but they really want to play the game, but they also want to talk to other people because, you know, I know some of us, we really don't like to talk to randoms sometimes, because sometimes randoms can be very irritating, whether it's just some obnoxious jerk, or it's some little kid who really shouldn't have bought the game because he's not old enough. His parents really shouldn't have bought the game for him, but anyway. And we really don't like to deal with randoms that much, so we really most times don't plug our mics in when we play. But sometimes you can meet good people online and form online friendships just by chatting with randoms. It's happened before. And maybe someone might want to try to do that in the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront. Well, they can't now. They can't, because there's no in-game voice chat. So, why would you not include this? I don't get it. I still haven't seen any form of reasoning why they wouldn't include this. If any of you guys have actually got a reason from EA or DICE why this isn't included, because I've seen the tweet where they say that it's not there and they're utilizing the party chat features of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. But I have not seen any reasoning from them. So if any of you guys have seen it, you're more than welcome to let me know. I'd be curious. Because I can't think of a actual legitimate reason why you would not include in-game voice chat. Because the funny thing is that The first time Party Chat was introduced on consoles was in 2008 with the Xbox 360. That was the first time a console had cross-game online Party Chat. At least that I'm aware of. The PlayStation 3 didn't even have it. So, just about every multiplayer game on PS3 had to have in-game voice chat. And even on Xbox 360, despite the fact that it had the Party Chat system, all games still had in-game voice chat. So, I don't know. I don't get why it wasn't included. It doesn't make any sense to me. But then again, I don't really see this as like a catastrophic issue. To me, this is more of like a, issue. So, alright, now let's get into the meat of this video here. And what has really pissed off a lot of people. And to be perfectly honest, I don't understand why people are as mad as they are about this. So, yes, let's talk about this $50 season pass for Star Wars Battlefront. First off, why is anyone acting surprised that this happened? Why? Season passes have been around. The first season pass that I remember was in 2011, and I think it was Gears of War 3 was the first season pass that I remember. Season passes have been around since last gen, and they have almost always been $25 to $50 every time. And if you want to just be specific about this and just talk about EA has done this with a lot of their recent titles. Hell, DICE has done it with some of their recent titles. Remember Battlefield Premium on Battlefield 4? Which was, I believe it was $40. I could be wrong, maybe it was 50. I don't remember, I never got it. But the same exact premium was also on the next Battlefield game, Battlefield Hardline. And then Call of Duty had its, I think it was Call of Duty Elite. I think that was $40, $50. So, yes, I have to ask, why are any of you shocked that this happened? This was a given to me. I expected this to happen. I expected EA to put some type of freaking expensive season pass on this game, especially since it's a multiplayer game. Because they know they can get people to pay for a season pass for a multiplayer game. And this has been going on for a while now. Especially if they feel that they can actually give you that incentive to fork over the money to get this pass. So, I don't understand why people are acting surprised about this. People are exploding over this. To the point where people who have actually are quoted as saying that this game is a lot of fun, that they had so much fun playing this game, that just because of this $50 season pass, nope, that's it. This game's a scam. Fuck this game. I'm done with this game. I am not buying this game now just because of this season pass. Where were any of you when EA and DICE did this with Battlefield? This is the same exact thing. It's the same exact situation. And nobody really cared when they did it then. I don't see what makes Battlefront so special and so different from the other games. I don't understand it. Can someone explain it to me? I don't understand it. And what I also don't understand is why people are going to boycott this game because of a season pass, which I might add, season passes are, wait for it, they are optional. Season passes are optional. You are not forced to buy a season pass for any game at all. Nobody's forcing you. And this same exact reasoning applies with the quote-unquote dreaded microtransactions. You're not forced to pay for microtransactions. They're just there. You can play the game without even messing with them. Excuse me. They're optional. Are they greedy? Yes, they are greedy. But they are optional. You're not forced to give them an extra cent of your money for anything. You can still buy the game at regular price. You don't have to mess with any of this stuff. I have not bought a season pass since 2012. And that was for Max Payne 3. Which, by the way, Max Payne 3 was my 2012 game of the year. That was a really, really great game. I loved Max Payne 3. So, I bought the season pass. But that was the last time I bought a season pass. And if any of you might remember the debacle with that, it's not because Rockstar didn't actually deliver the quality content. They did. But the problem is they delivered it a month late with each DLC in the season pass. It was horribly mismanaged. That was a complete debacle that, to this day, I don't understand how Rockstar, of all developers, had that problem. But they did. And that was the last time I bought a season pass. So yes, I have not bought a season pass in 3 fucking years. 3 years. And I have bought a lot of games that have had season passes since then. And I've not bought any of them. And I enjoyed a lot of those games. Having that season pass did not deter my enjoyment of those games at all. Why? Because I know that that's just an optional purchase. It's optional. And I know some people out there, they seem to think that if they boycott Battlefront, that they are sticking it. They are sticking it to EA and DICE because of their dreaded season pass. That they are sticking it to them, and how dare you make an expensive season pass? I'm just not going to buy your game now, so take that. That'll teach you. No, it's not going to teach them anything. Do you honestly think they're going to stop doing season passes? Do you think any developer or publisher is going to stop doing season passes? Season passes are here to stay. There's nothing nobody can do to stop it. And since the season pass is an optional purchase, by boycotting the game, you're not really boycotting the season pass. Because you can buy the regular game and still boycott the season pass by not buying the season pass. Excuse me. I mean, am I clueless here? Am I just off the deep end here? I mean, to me, this is all clear as day. You can buy the regular game at its regular price, and you don't have to give in to these developers and publishers' greed by buying the season pass. Now, honestly, if you plan, to buy all of the DLC for said game because you love the game that much, what is wrong with the season pass? A lot of times, the season pass will actually give you a discount. I've seen some season passes where it actually saves you $5 to $10 if you get the season pass, as opposed to buying all of the DLC separately. Because you got to keep in mind, I don't know how many map packs Battlefront is going to have. I don't. But most multiplayer map packs that have been in recent shooters have been $10 to $15. Mostly $15 from Activision with Call of Duty and then the Battlefield games. So 15, 15, 15, 15. That's already the season pass price. If they have like 4 map packs. Just 4. Forgive me for not giving you exact math because I'm just ranting at the hip here. But I hope you get my point. So if you intended to buy the DLC for a game, Season Pass is pretty much right up your alley. It's actually a benefit. Excuse me, I'm sorry for coughing so much. I'm still recovering from sickness, but I really want to make this video. So anyway, maybe I'm coughing because I'm talking too fast, so I'm going to try and slow it down here. A Season Pass is actually for your benefit if you were going to buy the DLC to begin with. Now, most gamers, like myself, when we buy a game, we don't automatically plan to buy every DLC that a game has. Now, we might be interested in just some of the DLCs that the game offers, so maybe we'll just buy those DLCs and just forgo the other DLCs and just forget about the Season Pass in general. But if we play a game, we end up really liking that game, and we do end up, in the future, going, you know what, I'm going to buy all the DLCs for this game. The Season Pass is a benefit. It's a benefit to you, the consumer. It actually is, when you actually sit down and think about it. But that's the problem here. Most people will just not sit down, relax, take a deep breath, and just think about the situation at hand rationally. I mean, I try to do that as much as I can. And that's why I think I have a clear vision on a lot of topics, is because I never really go off the deep end on anything. I always think about every situation, and I try to think about it logically and rationally. And most gamers, from what I've seen, they just rant and rave, they get real upset, and they don't think about these kind of things. So, yeah, that is why I just don't understand why people are going off the deep end on this Season Pass. I don't understand it. This is nothing new. This has been going on for a while now. This was expected. This was expected. And to be perfectly honest here, to anyone who might be watching this who is going to boycott this game, if you played the beta, and you had fun playing that beta, and a lot of people did have fun playing this game. They did. I had fun playing this game, and from what I've seen from a lot of other people, almost everybody has had fun playing this game, from what I can tell. If you're going to boycott this game now, despite the fact that you had fun playing this, I'm sorry, you're out of your mind. You are out of your freaking mind, and that is going to lead into what I've been thinking about and what I just have to ask. Have we really forgotten why we started playing video games to begin with? I'm being serious here. Have we really forgotten why we pick up a controller or we get on the PC to play video games? Have we forgotten the actual reason as to why we do it to begin with? Correct me if I'm wrong here, but don't we play video games to have fun? Fun. F-U-N. Fun. I mean, that is why I play video games. I play video games to have fun, to enjoy myself, to be entertained. That is why I play games. Is that why you play games? Because that's why I figured most people play video games. We play video games to have fun. And like I just said, a lot of people seem to have fun playing this beta, despite the fact that this beta had 2 game modes, only on 2 maps, and people were playing almost non-stop since the beta came out, streaming for many, many hours, playing the same maps, same game modes, over and over and over again, which is extremely repetitive, which, by the way, that's also a complaint that some people have with games, is that sometimes content is repetitive, but yet they had fun with Battlefront anyway. If you had that much fun playing this beta, I'm sorry, but to me that should justify your purchase of this game right then and there, because you had fun playing it. And if you had fun playing that beta with its 2 game modes and 2 maps, just imagine how much fun you will have with the full game, with more maps, more game modes, more weapons, more customization, just more features. And that's even before any DLC. To me, I'm sorry. It seems like a lot of us, we've seemed to have lost sight as to why we play games to begin with. Whatever happened to just putting a game in and just having fun? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to that? Because it seems like that we just, in some ways, we're over-analyzing certain aspects of these games to the point where we're just losing track of the bigger picture here. What does it matter that this game has a $50 season pass? If you had fun playing the game, that's all that should matter. You buy the game, you play the game, you ignore the season pass, your life goes on, your life is happy. I don't see what is so hard about that. I don't understand it. I really don't get it. So, alright. I think that's about it. I think I've covered enough, and I'm sorry for all the coughing and stuff like that. I just had to get this off my chest. So, alright. Please let me know you... Apologize for that. Please let me know what you think about this, because I felt really strongly about this. So, let me know what you think, and till next time, hopefully less coughing. I will talk to you all later. Have a good one.